What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. What I got for you guys today is the best combos for the brand new skin Llion. As always, make sure you guys hit that like button down below and enjoy the video. To start off with the combos for Llion, we have here the Babbling as Assassin's Pack. Moving on to our next one here, we have the Babbling as Black Hole. For our next one here, we have Cuddle Bow. We have Dark Matter, which is a really cool Babbling on this skin. For our first wing Babbling, we have here the Babbling as Fallen Wings. Moving on to our next one, we have the Babbling as Fusion Orb. And if you just watched my recent video for the Bunny Wolf skin, the second style for this is going to look even better with this skin. Moving on to our next one here, we have the Babbling as Iron Cage. For our second orb Babbling, we have Ominous Orb. For our next Babbling in our first Cape Babbling, we have the Babbling as Retribution. Moving on to our next one here, we have the Babbling as Dark Bag. For our next one here in our first shield Babbling for the skin, we have the Babbling as Dark Shield. Honestly, the best shield Babbling in the game in my opinion, so this is going to be a really good look for the skin. Moving on to a really dope Babbling in Dark 6 String. For our next one, we have another wing Babbling in Shadowbird Wings. For this one here, we have the Babbling as Stark Satchel. Moving on to another cape Babbling in Kylo's Cape. For a Babbling that's going to look really awesome with this skin, I would highly suggest that you use Backbeat. Moving on to yet another really cool Babbling in Backtracker. For our next one here, we have kind of a plain all black Babbling in Catalyst. For yet another wing Babbling we have for you here is Dusk Wings. For this one here, we have the Babbling as Game Plan with the light blue selectable style. A really cool Babbling to use for this skin is definitely going to be Hollow Pack. For another wing Babbling that looks just like Dusk Wings, but you want something that's going to match more with the colors of the skin, definitely go ahead and go with Indigo Wings. Our next one here we have is Neo Frenzy. Moving on to yet another Babbling here we have is Paint Pack. A really cool Babbling, and honestly the best Babbling to go with this skin is definitely going to be Crystal Llama. The color matches really well with it, and they're both llama, so this is going to be perfect as a combo. For our next one here, we have a lot of colors in waveform. Another Babbling that we have here is Swag Bag. Moving on to yet, of course, my favorite Babbling in the game, that's going to be Starfield. For our next one here, we have the Babbling as Shining Star. For our next one here, we have is Palette Pack. A Babbling that was just introduced in the Fortnite and one that looks really cool with the skin is going to be Puma Pack. Moving on to yet another wing Babbling in Shattered Wing. For this Babbling, it is a very unique Babbling, but the colors match really well with it, and this is Shelly. Moving on to a reactive Babbling, and for this one it is Signal Hub. The longer you survive in the game, the yellow part on the Babbling will turn a rainbowish color. Another Babbling that looks very similar to Signal Hub is definitely going to be Signal Jammer. Moving on to another Babbling here, we have a really awesome adult Babbling in Skeletal Wings. One that looks very similar to Skeletal Wings is going to be Spectral Spine. Moving on, and for these two Batwings, they both have selectable styles to it, but for this skin, you're going to go ahead and go with the purple and blue. If you want to, you can definitely go ahead and try out the red and blue, but of course, if you want to match well with the colors, definitely go ahead and go with these. For our second to last one here, we have a Babbling in Contender. This Babbling you can get in the item shop for 200 V-Bucks, and another Babbling that you can get in the item shop as well for, again, 200 V-Bucks is going to be Hurricane. Now, moving on to our pickaxes here, we have quite a few pickaxes, and the first one we're going to start off with is the Dark Axe. For our next one here, we have a very similar pickaxe than the one I just showed you, and it's Dark Strikers. Moving on to our third one here, we have the Pickaxe as Fusion Sky. Our next one here, we have the Harmonic Axes, and of course you can change the style of this to match with the skin. Of course you can choose the purple and blue one, but if you want something that's going to match more with the green and black, definitely go ahead and choose this selectable style. Moving on to our next one is a rare pickaxe that's going to match really well with the colors of the skin, and this is Merry Mint Axe. For our next one here, we have the Pickaxe as Scratch Mark. For our next one here, we have the Pickaxe as Sledgehammer. Of course, you can choose either the purple or the blue style to go with this skin. For our next pickaxe, this is going to be one that I highly suggest that you put with this skin, and it's going to be Street Sign. For our next ones here, we have the Pickaxes as Cosmic Cleavers. Of course, you do have selectable styles to it with the blue, but for me, I'm going to go ahead and choose the green one for the style of skin. For the next one here, we have the Hyper Edge Dual Pickaxes. Of course, once again, more selectable styles, but definitely go ahead and choose the purple and blue. For our next one here, we have the Revoker with the green edit style. For our second to last pickaxes, we have the Sparkle Sky, and for our last pickaxe, we have the Pickaxe as Star Strike. For our gliders here, we have the first one as Fusion Coil. For our second one here, we have the glider as Arcana. For our third one here, we have the glider as Magic Wings. For our fourth one we have here is the Sparkle Strider Glider. For our next one here, we have the glider as Pixel Pilot, and just like the pickaxes, it does have selectable styles to it. If you want to choose the blue style, definitely go ahead and choose that one, but for me, I'm definitely going to go with the green. For our next one here, to start off with the umbrellas, we have the umbrella as Holographic. For our second umbrella, we have is One Shot, and for our last one here, we have the umbrella as X. Now for our contrails, this is quite a list, so we're going to go ahead and run through them. The first one that we have here is Glyphics. we have for you here is All-Star. We have Beat Drop. I really like the colors on this concho with the skin. For our next one here, we have Celestial. We have Disco Dive. For our next one, we have is DNA. I really like the bright blue on this concho. Moving on to our next one, we have Fiber Optics. For our next one here, we have is Lightning. Our next one here is going to go really well with the purple on the skin, and that's going to be Lightning Strike. Moving on to a more colorful concho, we have here is Neo Tubes. Moving to our next one here, we have the concho as Plasma Trail. For our next one here, we have the concho as Rift Lightning. Moving on to some more conchos with the blue and Runic. For our next one here, we have a concho that I really like and one that I used a lot in Fortnite, and that is Shooting Star. Moving on to here, if you like some of the more colorful ones we have for you here is Spectrum. Once again, some more colorful conchos that we have for you here is Spray Paint. For our next one here, we have the conchos as Swirls, and it's honestly going to be my favorite concho to use for this combo. Once again, some more blue with the conchos that we have for you here in Ultramarine. And we have some more colorful conchos for you here in Vibrant. And for our last concho, we have the concho as 0 Point. Now for our wraps to start off with, we have the first one as Dark Angular Shift. For our second one here, we have the wrap as Kevin. Our next one here is Storm. For our fourth one, we have is Shadow Angular Shift. For our fifth one here, we have the wrap as Constellation. For our sixth one here, we have a really dope wrap in 0 Point. For our next one here, we have a really dope wrap. I really like the effect with the pink on this wrap, and it is Maximum Drift. For our third to last wrap we have here is Paint Splash. For our next one here, we have is Blue Metallic, and for our last one here, we have a all black wrap in Boogeyman. Now for this edit style of Llion, I am going to show you the bat blings that I think match for it specifically. Some of the bat blings for the first style I showed you can and will match for this style, but I want to show you the styles that I think specifically match for this one with the orange. And for the first one for that, we have the bat bling as the Stabilizer. For our next one here, we have the bat bling as Dying Light. For our third one here, we have the bat bling as Padlock. For our fourth one here, we have the bat bling as Retribution. Of course, I did choose the black and blue style for the first edit style of the skin, but for this one, for the orange, we're going to go ahead and choose this one. Moving on to our next one, I know it is a bulkier back bling in Star Surge. For our next one here, I really like the way this back bling looks for this style of the skin, and that is the Resistance back bling. For our next one here, we have the bat bling as Morning Glory. Our next one here, we have a really dope cape back bling in Molten Battle Shroud. I don't know why it's looking like that, but it doesn't look like that normally. For our next one here, it still has the same look as the last one, but we have the cape back bling as Autumn's Mantle. For our next one here, we have the back bling as Jade Blades, and for the last one here, we have the back bling as Rift Rock. And now for the pickaxes of this edit style to start off with, we have the first one as Harmonic Axes. I did have this one for the first edit style, but of course we are going to go with the orange one. For our next one here, we have the Mech Axe. It does have selectable styles to it, but of course, an easy choice, we're going to go ahead and pick the orange one. For our next one here, we have the pickaxe as Onslaught. For our next one, we have a pair of really dope pickaxes in Molten Strikers. For our second and last one here, we have the pickaxe as Dread. And for our last one here, we have the pickaxe as Guiding Glow. Now for the gliders, I managed to only find one glider that I had that would look really good with this skin, and that's going to be the glider as Cinder. Now for the conchos, we were able to find just a little bit more than we were for the glider. And to start off with this list, we have the first one as Exhaust. For our next one here, we have the concho as Fireflies. For our next one here, we have the concho as Flames. For our fourth one here, we have Jack-o'-lantern. Our fifth one here, we have it as Lantern. And for our last one, we have the contra as Lava. And for our wraps here, we have the wrap as Molten Angular Shift. For our next one here, we have the wrap as Fallen Leap. And for our last one here, we have the wrap as Tiger Stripes. Once again, a lot of the wraps from the other styles, and the conchos, backblings, pickaxes, and gliders, will match for this edit style. The only reason that you only see stuff with the orange that match with this edit style, the only reason that you see stuff with the orange is to match specifically with this edit style. You can definitely choose stuff from the other edit style that I showed you with the Llama and put it with this skin. I didn't want to go back through everything and repeat myself. I wanted to put the stuff that went with this one that's fresh and new out. And that is it for today's video. If you liked any of the combos, or if you liked the video as a whole, make sure you guys leave a like down below. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next video.